Stretching for more than 200 miles across the Utah desert lies a road that passes through some of the most remote and otherworldly landscapes in the state. But with unreliable cell service and only a single town of 200 people along the entire route, traversing this region leaves little room for error.
We noticed that the check engine light came on, so we're hoping that that's nothing big.
Over the next 3 days, we'll be traveling north along this route to explore some of Utah's most remarkable natural wonders and immerse ourselves in the desert environment, all while living life off the grid. This is 200 miles across Utah's loneliest highway.
All right, we've made it to Utah.
It's right there, it's Utah.
The first of our 8 stops in Utah brings us to an area called Valley of the Gods.
Valley of the Gods is an area just off the highway that has a bunch of these stone rock formations that just jut out of the sky. You can see for miles and miles out here. It's amazing. There's all these giant boulders that have fallen from the top of the buttes or whatever.
It's very comforting.
That thing is massive. I wonder how tall it is. I mean, it's like, it almost feels like it could be like scraping the clouds.
It's cool to just look around and like every time you turn your head, it's a different something. Like you would think that they kind of all look the same, but they're all very, very different.
You see that rock formation? I'm pretty sure that one is called something along the lines of Lady in the Tub.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
I get it. Very creative.
So the next stop on the road trip will actually be on a road that climbs up the side of the mesa wall. It's a switchback road that has like 10% grades or something like that, but we'll be able to see this area from up above. I'm switching into the driver's seat because the highway goes from paved to gravel while it's going up the side of the mesa. Grace didn't really want to drive that, so I'm gonna do it.
It's getting real, the pavement's ending. Crazy to look at.
Wow. Well, we just made it up the Moki Dugway, and we noticed that the check engine light came on, so we're hoping that that's nothing big. Okay, we made it to our home for tonight, and we're just outside of the place that we'll be going tomorrow morning. This campsite that we're staying at doesn't have any cell service, and so for the past couple of hours I've just been roaming around the area and just looking at all the different plants and animals that are around here.
Doing fettuccine alfredo with chicken for dinner.
Nice.
It's just not threading. There we go.
When you're driving through, like on the highways, it just looks like this scrubby, desolate, dead kind of wasteland, but when you really stop to look at it, it's like there's actually just a lot going on around here, and I think that's kind of cool. Like, this area that most people would just write off as like a barren wasteland actually has a lot going on if you really just stop to take it all in. don't know if you can hear it, but these birds are going crazy. So we've just made it to the first stop for today, which is Natural Bridges National Monument. There's 3 natural bridges with hiking trails that you can go walk underneath, and the first trail that we're hiking on is to the Sipapu Bridge. There's 3 ladders that you get to climb in order to get down to it.
Down to the left.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Alright.
The main difficult thing about this trail is that it goes along a rock ledge, and so it's hard to tell where the trail is actually at.
I guess other people have thought this is the trail.
At least we're not the only ones.
Here's where we went wrong. We just kept going to the view.
Almost to the bridge.
I think the coolest part is how it's so barren up top and everything's all shrubby and brown, and then down here it's just all really lush and green. That's probably besides the giant arch, that's the coolest part.
We made it all the way to the bottom. This is pretty cool.
We think there's a bunch of bats up there. Yeah, there's bat poop, I'm guessing, all along this big rock. Somewhere up there.
And it smells too. Like, it doesn't smell like birds, it smells gross.
Now that I'm thinking about it, some of what I thought were birds last night might have been actually bats, because it was getting to be sunset, and so they could have just been getting active. There definitely were birds, but a lot of that noise could have been bats. We did it.
It feels good.
So this is Natural Bridges National Monument, but there's also Arches National Park. And if you aren't sure what the difference between a bridge and an arch is, a bridge is formed when water carves a hole through a rock wall, which means that the stream is able to run through the natural bridge. Now here at Natural Bridges National Monument, it's so dry that the streams aren't flowing, but if there were enough water, then it would be running underneath these bridges. Whereas an arch, it's not necessarily formed by a stream. It can be formed by like wind and rain and freezing and that type of stuff. It can just be freestanding without any water flowing beneath it.
So what's the final count on how many lizards and salamanders we've seen?
16 since we walked the first trail till we finished the last one. So
We might have seen more lizards and salamanders than actual people here. Final thoughts on Natural Bridges National Monument?
I think that I liked that one more than Great Sand Dunes. Kind of top of the tier for me. I like that one a lot. I wasn't expecting there to be ladders like there were. That was also kind of fun and unexpected, and I think we had a good time.
So now we're getting back on the highway, and we've got around an hour and a half before we get to the next place on our trip.
Colorado. just a few miles away from the next stop along the highway. We've made it to Leprechaun Canyon, and we've got a little bit of a hike, but this should turn it into a slot canyon. This trail that we're going on is actually a little bit less like a trail and more just kind of like a wash when it rains. At some points it's pretty crowded with plants that are growing over it. That might be it, or that way.
Left looks more promising.
We made it. Right, we're hiking back to the car, and so we can continue driving up to Hanksville and hopefully find some oil to put in because it's running just a little bit low right now. Neither of us are sure how big Hanksville is. We're hoping that it should be big enough to have at least some sort of store that sells oil. If not, that wouldn't be very good. Has got 2 gas stations, a post office, and maybe a couple stores, but that's about it. Found some oil, looks like.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it for Hanksville. The landscape has changed from red rock formations to this grayish, yellowish type of rock. It kind of looks like an alien landscape. Like, this shouldn't be on Earth, it doesn't seem like. So the last place that we're going for today is called Factory Butte. It's a giant mesa that's just out in the middle of nowhere. The whole area that's around Factory Butte is available for off-road vehicles to drive on. Yeah, the thing is just so massive. It doesn't seem like it should be there. That's cool. After spending another night in the desert, we were finally nearing the town of Green River, our endpoint along Utah's loneliest highway. But before we arrived, there was one final location we wanted to visit, and it ended up becoming one of our favorite stops on our 2-week-long road trip. We made it to Goblin Valley State Park, which is the
last stop on our trip from Mexican Hat to Green River. The trail that we're hiking right now is called the Goblin's Lair Trail. It leads to a cave that you have to climb down into. It's a bit hot out, but hopefully once we get inside the cave, it should be a bit cooler. At the trailhead, I was reading about this trail and it said that it's required to have basic bouldering skills, and neither of us are exactly sure what that means, but I think we're both fit enough and agile enough to be able to make it down there. So on one side there is rolling grassland, wasteland, and then on the other side there's these giant pillars of rock. It's really a interesting dynamic.
Water break.
Fuel up. It's hot out here.
Yeah.
I see the trail is starting to head into these pillars of rocks, and so that's where the cave should be at. We should be close. You ready to use your basic bouldering skills?
Let's see if we have any first. What does that even mean?
This is what basic bouldering skills looks like. That's where we'll be going. Basic bouldering skills isn't gonna kick our butt. That could be it. Oh yeah, this is it. Wow, this is one heck of a cave. It's so tall, and then you've got light coming down from the top that gives it this like eerie type of layer. I guess that's why they call it Goblin's Lair.
That would make sense.
I think this might be my new favorite place along this trip.
It's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. And I like that you can see all the light through the top too.
The funny thing about Goblin's Lair is that it's not even the main attraction for Goblin Valley State Park. We'll be there for sunset. So this is the Valley of the Goblins. There's probably thousands of these rock formations, and they're all just a little bit different. Some of these rocks are pretty tiny, like this little guy, and then some of them are massive, like that one.
Before embarking on this trip along Utah's loneliest highway, I assumed much of eastern Utah was just a red, lifeless wasteland. But after traveling through this region, I realized just how diverse it truly is. We began our journey in the towering red rock formations of southern Utah, before heading up an elevation to the almost oasis-like environment of the high desert. But as we continued heading north, that lush vegetation began to dwindle into a barren, lifeless environment of gray shale. Experiences like these are why I love to travel, to learn more about the world and defy expectations. In the next video, we'll complete our journey to the town of Green River, and once there, explore a fascinating piece of Cold War history. I hope you enjoyed this look at Utah's desert landscapes, and someday we'll have the opportunity to experience it for yourself.